Hey Steve, do you like your new set?
See the wonder-stricken child, hear the elders' wise and song. Wouldn't you love to know? Wouldn't you love to know? Wouldn't you love to know?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Loft Sessions. This is episode 12, and we took a bit of a break in the summer so I could see my grandkids and our staff people could take a break. But we're back, and I'm happy to be singing for you. I wasn't going to. I thought today I wasn't going to refer to any world events as if we need more bad news. And I thought I'd just do some happy songs and tell some stories. But I just can't ignore the fact that California's on fire and Oregon's on fire, and that whole towns are vanishing, and people have lost their lives. Children have lost their lives, and I think it'd be wrong for us to be together and not pray. And I don't know what to pray, so I was thinking maybe we could just take 20 seconds of silence and lift up those communities, those people, those families to God, and say, Lord, have mercy. On all of us and on God's good earth as well, which we were put here, by the way, to tend and to garden. We'll talk about that another time, but let's do that. 20 seconds. You know, in my own personal prayer life, I'm still learning how to pray, and what I've been doing actually this last summer, I've been doing a lot of walking, and I have a little place down by the river where I can go down and be quiet, and there's geese, and there was a coyote that came across my path the other day, a little coyote cub that was so sweet, and but it's just a kind of nice place to collect yourself. And what I found myself doing is praying through the 7 days of creation. If you go to that story in the Old Testament and how there was light and there was separation of land and populating with birds and vegetation and people, and kind of going through every day of that story and praying for for us and for the planet. And it's been pretty meaningful. Actually, it's an interesting thing to do, is just kind of follow that story and just pray for each one of those segments. It was anyway. I'm going to teach you another prayer at the end of this thing if you hang on to the end, but I'll now sing some songs.
When you are lonely, confused, or afraid, just think of me standing by you. I am no more than a heartbeat away. Just think of me standing by you. The heart is like a home where you are not alone. First light of morning and last light of day. Just think of me standing by you. When it's a struggle for you to be calm, just think of me standing by you. When you are worried that something's gone wrong, just think of me standing by you. 'Cause love is like a home where you are not alone. And keep as a treasure the heart of this tune, and think of me standing by you. You can't name that fear you feel. and still know that love is real too. Sometimes your thoughts leave you weak and upset. Just think of me standing by you. Pause for a moment and take a deep breath and think of me standing by you. Your heart is always home to those you call your own. Take heart and take courage and never forget, and think of me standing by you. Think of me standing by you. That's on my new album that's coming out in about 6 weeks or so, we hope. It's all done. I've recorded it. We've mixed it. We've mastered it. Right now it's in its final stages of packaging, and it's going to come out on an LP record, and it's going to come out also on a disc, CD disc, which you won't use. But I've written a book to go along with it, the same size as a sort of a CD cover, about 100 pages that talk about every song. And so hopefully it'll be something of interest to you. I'll be announcing it lots coming up. That song in particular was written, was commissioned by Tim Hoff and Iona Snare, who wrote a wonderful children's book called Am I Safe, which helps kids and parents deal with anxiety. And so that's a companion song. And it's meaning a lot more to me these days. After when COVID hit, Tim Hoff, who wrote the book, phoned me up, because this was written a long time ago, and he said, this is the best social distancing song ever. So it wasn't written for that, but it kind of works for that. Okay, I've been thinking about this song, and I'll try it for you. I don't usually do it live very often. It kind of works better with a band and all that kind of stuff, and so it doesn't always work by itself that well. But the song has been on my mind a lot lately, especially this last summer, and doing this walking and pondering and thinking and being quiet and in nature. And I wrote this years ago after coming through a really long writer's block, dry spell as a songwriter. And I hadn't written anything in about 4 years. And thought I was done. I put out albums. I put out a Bruce Cockburn album. I put out a symphony album. But these were all, old songs or remakes, or they were other people's, like Bruce Cockburn's. Anyways, I was one time talking to my friend Heather Bishop, who some of you know, just a marvelous singer-songwriter from Manitoba. And I said, I think I'm done. And she goes, oh, you're not done. And I said, I think I'm done. I got nothing. And she says, you just need to get away. And she's a bit of a hippie chick, and she built her own straw bale cabin down in southern Manitoba and said, you need to go there and don't take much. Take water and a bit of food, and there's no internet. And I went down for 5 days. And this one particular day, I was just sitting out in front of this little cabin in this sort of scrub oak forest and tall grass prairie, and I started to be absorbed into the beauty of the place, and the animals and snakes slithering through the grass, and frogs and periwinkle flowers and hummingbirds, and then this other birds wheeling around the whole sort of yard, and the wind was blowing through the aspens, and there was this just gorgeous sound, and somehow I let myself sink into it, and I sat there for hours and hours and hours, totally quiet, hardly moving. And the quieter I was and the stiller I was, the more creation showed up, and I noticed things. And I sat there all afternoon and into the evening, and about 8 o'clock at night, I realized if I stayed a bit longer, I could watch the stars come out. And so I just sat till the sun went down, and then I could suddenly see what had always been there, but had been blinded by the light, the stars and the galaxies, and it was just an amazing. And so out of that came this song. The core of it is from a poem by Richard Wilbur, which I can't remember what it's called right now, but the song itself is called "Good Friend." On somber night, when shivering clouds bemoan the aching of souls alone, then stars appeared, One arc of their dance showed clear and glittering song, intoned. Be but your own good friend and be good to the other. Cherish those sisters and brothers along the road, and to the earth extend every reverence and wonder. Tend to the wounds of your blunders and honor God who formed our home. When sun is low, bright bands in forest glow, fair fiats of love. Behold, see shimmering flies in their quadrillions rise, weaving a cloth of gold. Be but your own good friend and be good to the other. Cherish those sisters and brothers along the road, and to the earth extend every reverence and wonder. Tend to the wounds of your blunders and honor God who formed our home. When sun is low, bright bands in forest glow, fair fiats of love. Behold.
That worked out. I'm always nervous about that one, but I think what I do is I get anxious and I go too fast and I try to put too much in, and so that felt good. I hope it came across well. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one. With all that's going on, and all the things that are robbing us of our peace these days, there's still some really fine things. I got to spend 3 weeks with my granddaughter Nora this summer. I haven't seen her for quite a while. My son and his wife and Laura, it's Jesse and Lauren and Nora came for 3 weeks this summer, and just we had such a nice time. And she's 2, and as cute as she's so amazing, and she's really her grandma's granddaughter. And my wife loves gardening, and Nora just loves to be out there and check that stuff out. And it was just such a great time to be with them. And plus, I have a new granddaughter. Micah, my son, and his wife Diana have a little girl named Vivian, and she was born not that long ago. She's, I think, 3.5 months now, and preemie. There's a little bit of concern about her coming to us, but everything's fine, and she's gorgeous and fun, and we see her every day, and so that's been great. My wife and I just celebrated our 38th anniversary in August, and that was lovely. I kind of still like her a lot, and what a gift that is, you know. And then in a couple of days, it's her birthday, 60. I'm going to be married to a 60-year-old very, very soon, and so she will too. I'm 60 later in November, and so there's lots to be pleased about, lots to be grateful for. But I thought I'd sing you this song I wrote for Nanci. It's a love song, and. And I mean, there's so many stories I could tell you about our life together, and we've had our share of grief like anybody else has, of course, and we have our struggles like anybody else does, of course. But there's been a lot of grace too. And when I was thinking about what can I tell you about our life together, what keeps coming up a lot is adventure. Like Nanci is quite adventurous, and we have done so many things that I just never would have. We've started with some friends. We started a church. We've moved dozens of times for ministry things. We have built a house. We have traveled all over the world together. We've had kids, and now we have grandkids. Just the things that we're always got building projects going on, we're always renovating something, never quite sure how they're going to be paid for, but it always works out in the end. And when I think about our life together, a lot of it has been adventure. And here's a picture that I'll give you, which kind of depicts our relationship. This is the two of us on top of the what do you call that tower in Toronto? The CN Tower. This is my wife. This is what she's into, is going up. And I think there's a picture of the two of us there. And then, this is Nanci. You got that one? Okay, that's my wife. I've spent 38 years with that person, and that's pretty wonderful. So I wrote this song for her a few years ago. It's called, what's it called? Long Love. That's... And it talks about restauranting and how much we've loved dining. That's also been an adventure of ours. We've always loved food, good restaurants. One of our favorites in Winnipeg is a place called Beaugena's. And the thing about Beaugena's, if you can go there, is that they don't publish the menu. You kind of go there and you can either get the 5-course meal or the 7-course meal, and you don't know what's coming, right? And you may like it and you may not, but it's the adventure. And it's lovely. So this song was written with that restaurant and an experience of that in mind. So it goes like this. Well, it's been 30 years of dining with you, love. I wrote this 8 years ago. It's been 38 years of dining with you, love. And we've been feasting on the stuff that life's made of. And we have shared the finest fare, and we have known the cupboards bare, but it's been good, so very good. Do you remember how we promised we'd grow old? Now we have children who have children of their own. Because my musing needs a home, I have found a partial poem I think will do to sing to you. There's a certain scope to that long love that constant spirits are the keepers of. Though often said to be tame and staid, it's a wild sostenuto of the heart, passion joined a courtesy and art, like a good fiddle, like a rose scent, like a stained glass window or the firmament, like a square dance lady and her square dance gent. It's a long love that constant spirits are the keepers of. And may I say you're still a babe and looking fine. Can you show that picture again? And may I say you're still a babe and looking fine. Okay, back to me. Seems you've been cheating on the ravages of time, and I already rue the day when it's time for me to say so long to you. Oh, gee. So long to you. There's a certain scope to that long love that constant spirits are the keepers of. Though often said to be tame and staid, it's a wild sostenuto of the heart, a passion joined a courtesy and art, like a good fiddle, like a rose scent, like a stained glass window, the firmament, like a square dance lady and her square dance gent. It's a long love that constant spirits are the keepers of. A long love that constant spirits are the keepers of. And I already rue the day when it's time for me to say so long to you, so long to you. Happy birthday. birthday, Nancy Bell. So that's on Sunday, on the 13th, I think. Yeah, the 13th. All right. Okay, this song has been on my mind too, so I might as well do it for you. If you can stick around for this one, and then I'll make some announcements about what's coming on this fall. And I'm going to teach you one, because I think we need, these days, we need prayers. And here's a song. I think I have a song. It's very simple. You can learn easily, but it might be something you might want to take with you into these next months. It's going to be a crazy fall, I think, in very many ways. And so we need good prayers. And someone said if you sing a prayer, you pray twice. And so it's a sung prayer. But before that, let me do this one. This is, what key is this in? I've been singing this for a long time. This is on my first album, Comfort My People. I didn't write it. It was written by a Jesuit priest named Dan Schutte. And it's from Psalm 139, which is one of the great psalms. It's so gorgeous. And this is one of the songs that really did, this one and a song by John Michael Talbot called The Magnificat. Really did give me a vision for the kind of songwriting I wanted to do in my career. And I've done all kinds, and I've written about all kinds of topics. But I think the more important work I've done has been setting prayers, especially scriptures, to song, so they can be sung and they can be taken in a deeper way than sometimes just the mind can. Sometimes to hear yourself sing, and melody has a way of penetrating into the soul in a way that just diction doesn't, auditory diction. So this is one. It's just such a beautiful song. I'll just play it.
Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. Lord, you have searched my heart, and you know when I sit and when I stand. Your hand is upon me, protecting me from death, keeping me from harm. Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. Where can I run from your love? If I climb to the heavens, you are there. And if I fly to the sunrise or sail beyond the seas, you would still be there. I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. You know my heart and its ways. You formed me before I was born, in the secret of darkness, before I saw the sun in my mother's womb. Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting. How profound are your thoughts, my Lord? And even if I could count them, they'd number as the stars. You would still be there. Yahweh, I know you are near, standing always at my side. You guard me from the foe, and you lead me in ways everlasting.
In the Anglican tradition, if you read a scripture, the reader says, the word of the Lord, and the congregation responds, thanks be to God. And the reason being is we understand that the word of God waters the earth. This is from scripture. So it goes forth from God's mouth and waters the earth like rain, and accomplishes what rain accomplishes. It causes things to grow, and then it returns back, that ever cycle back to God. And so if you've been in the hearing of the word of God, like you just have, that's been going on. And so we say, thanks be to God. So I'll say it. The word of the Lord. There you go. Okay, I've got one more for you, another song I want to teach you. But before I do that, let me do a little bit of announcements. I'm going to continue doing these Loft sessions, but I think I'm going to be doing them once a month, either the first or the second week of the month. There's a number of reasons for that. Part of it is that I only have so many songs and so many shirts. But we want to do other things as well. So this is the deal. So you can expect that, and that's going to be on Facebook. And then after we put it on Facebook, it goes immediately to YouTube. You can watch these anytime you want. The leisure of your home, it's free. I'm happy to do it. I love doing it for you. And so that's going to be there for you. You can share it with whoever you want. But then also once a month, probably in the second or the third week of every month, we're going to release a longer sort of concert, or a documentary or something more substantial. And it's going to be on what's coming up right now. Is going to be we're starting. We haven't got the URL for it right now, but it's a new media channel, Steve Bell Media Channel. And it's going to look very, very much almost like Netflix when you go on it. It's going to be, you'll see all these different films that you can access. We've got documentaries of me over the years, live concerts. I'm going to be doing some new ones. And we'll just sort of populate that. And they're pay-for-view. But I think the way we're going to work it out is you can kind of choose how much you can pay, because we don't want anybody not to be able to come. But we also, I'm going to need to start getting some money from something. So I think you're going to be able to, we'll see how this works, but you're going to be able to sort of dial in on some of them, how much you pay. Some of them will be fixed prices, and we'll give you announcements for them. And later this month, we're going to start with the first one, and we're pulling a live concert DVD. Well, it actually came out VHS in 1996? And it was a concert / documentary called Steve Bell at Home and with Friends, I think. Steve Bell in concert at home and with friends. And my kids were little. My wife's hair was still dark. My beard was still dark. And it's kind of fun. I haven't watched it pretty much since it came out. And there's me in concert, and there's stuff at home with my kids and different things. Some of you are on it. Like, some of you were interviewed. And if you want to see yourselves, however long ago that was, I can't do the math, long time ago. So we're going to put that up. I think we're going to make it $5. And I'd really like for you to come and check it out. For one, we want to test it. See if it works, if the medium works well, if the user friendliness is good for you. So you're gonna be able to click on that thing. You can sort of just pop in your credit card or whatever, and then you can watch it whenever you want. You can watch it right when it first comes out, or you can watch it 6 months from now, I think. So anyways, we'll let you know. I'd really like you to try this first one, and then we're just going to see if it works well. And I think it's a good format. We're all us musicians are trying to figure out how to do this, and so I think this is a good way forward. Next month, we're going to do another long video. It's going to be Steve Bell Band Live, which is myself and Greg Black, drummer, and Hugh and Fergus Marsh. Hugh on the violin and Fergus on the stick. If you don't know what that is, you need to dial in. This is a concert from, 15, 20 years ago. And again, I haven't watched it for a long time. It's really good. There's some magnificent playing on there. I just kind of forgot how good we used to be. And anyways, it's fun. We'll do that. And then in November, I'm going to do, on November 17th, there's going to be a new concert that we're developing right now, an online concert for my 60th birthday. So it's Steve Bell 60th birthday concert party. And I'll be doing, by then my new album will be out, and I'll be doing songs from the new album as well as some old ones. And we're going to try to figure out how to do these, these videos, you see them where you'll see me, but then you'll see some of the other players. Like we can sort of send it out and have them do their parts. We're going to try it. And again, we're just figuring this out, but the technology allows us to be quite creative. So that'll be there. And then in December, I'll do a Christmas concert, a new one. And then next year, we'll start adding. It's going to be fun. So just check it out, especially this next one in 2 weeks, which we'll announce, just to help us figure out if this is working or not, if it's the right format. Okay. Anything else, Jay, you wanted me to say about that? That's kind of it? Okay. Let me do this one. Let me teach you this one. This is a very simple song. I wrote it several years ago. It's from Psalm 70, verse 1, and it's a prayer. I ended up writing about it in this little book. Years ago, Jamie Howison and I wrote a book on the Psalms, and we were using the Psalms that I had set to music. And so Jamie did some reflections, and I did some reflections. And we put a book out that went along with a CD. So it's that, right? So it's called I Will Not Be Shaken. And the last song on there is a song, it's called Come to My Help, O God, from Psalm 70, verse 1. I just want to read you a little bit what I wrote about it. So Psalm 70, verse 1. St. John Cassian, who lived 360 to 435, he's dead now. St. John Cassian instructed his followers that this one little verse contained all that was needed for the fullness of prayer. I love this. Praying this verse was sufficient to ward off all worldly disturbances, and the turbulence of sin, until the union of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit filled our senses and our minds. Recalling the words of his elder brother, Brother Isaac, who encouraged continuous repetition of this one verse, Cassian's writing reveal how the earliest monastics used this simple device to learn how to pray unceasingly. He describes how this little verse carries within it a cry for help to God in the face of every danger. It expresses the humility of pious confession. It conveys the watchfulness born of unending worry and fear. It conveys a sense of our frailty, the assurance of being heard, the confidence in help that is always and everywhere present. The elder monk warned, however, that spiritual danger lay not only in times of distress and temptation, we're in those now, but equally in seasons of joy and good fortune. The early saints were well aware that the evil one could distort the good even as Christ could redeem the bad. And so there's no circumstance where this humble little prayer is not needed. And the prayer is this. It's simple. Come to my help, O God, Lord, hurry to my rescue. That's the whole thing. And I flip it back from minor key to major key. And the reason why I did that is because with Cassian saying that this is a prayer for the disturbing times, but also in times of joy. And so we normally think of minor keys as maybe sort of conveying or emotionally connecting to those darker times in our lives, and major keys being happier and brighter. And so it goes like this. I'll sing the line, and then you repeat it after me, okay? So I can't hear you, but I trust some of you will sing. Come to my help, O God.
Lord, hurry to my rescue. Again. Come to my help, O God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. Come to my help, feel the lift. Come to my help, O God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. Come to my help, O God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. Come to my help, O God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. Come to my help, O God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. Back to the minor. Come to my help, O God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. Come to my help, oh God. Lord, hurry to my rescue. So easy to memorize, easy to sing, easy to keep in your back pocket for throughout the day while you're driving or walking or whatever. And I find that when you take prayers like this, these really short ones, and you sing them often enough that they become part of you. And all of a sudden you'll be in a business meeting, or you'll be in a fight with your spouse, or you'll be dealing with something, and you'll realize that your heart is going on in the background. And you realize, praying without ceasing is possible. So I'm going to do it one more time. This time I'm going to put it in the plural, because we are individuals, but we also belong to the body, the greater body of Christ and the greater body politic, and which is in deep trouble right now. So come to our help, O God. Lord, hurry to our rescue. Come to our help, O God. Lord, hurry to our rescue. Sing. Come to our help, O God. Lord, hurry to our rescue. Come to our help, O God. Lord, hurry to our rescue. Come to our help, O God. Lord, hurry to our rescue. Come to our help, O God. Lord, hurry to our rescue. Hey, thanks for joining me. It's really good to be back singing with you again. And again, we've got lots of things coming. So stay tuned. And I forgot to say, if you want to help me out financially in the meantime, you can go to this little thing called Buy Me a Coffee. Is that like I think Jay, you've got that right. It's kind of a way you can go online, go to that URL, and you can buy me a coffee. Basically, you can give me $3, or you can buy me 2 coffees and I get $6, or you can buy me 3 coffees. One lady last spring bought me 300. Was that what it was? She bought me 300 coffees. But if you're going to do that, it's better to go to this other way of donating, because with larger amounts, we can receipt you for tax purposes. So that URL is on there. So if you'd like to do larger donations. And it just keeps this thing going. I've got staff, and I've got an office, and we've got bills, and we no longer have a way of raising revenue. So we're pretty reliant on you folks for this. So you can do that. Finally, I'm going to, as I close out, don't go. Here's a Jay, RJ, who's our new media guy. He's not new anymore, but new this year, has put together a trailer for this little concert event that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Okay, I'll see you then. We'll be in touch, and watch again for the next Loft session 13 early next month. Love you guys. Bye.
9, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bedroom. AND to